back to earlier. And
Stephen A., you were at the 2003 All-Star Game in Atlanta. That was supposed to be Michael Jordan's quote-unquote moment. He hit the fadeaway over Shawn Marion, and everybody thought the game was going to end then. And what did Kobe Bryant do? Kobe Bryant said, this is going to be my moment. Forget Michael Jordan. Forget the story. I'm going for it. So for Kobe Bryant stands to say that Bam Adebayo should not have passed Kobe's mark, not the record, the mark, I don't think these people know who Kobe Bryant really was and what he stood for.
They muted your mic there at the end. I think they had to because you were so upset, Ryan, and he still is upset. But we let Stephen A., we let Ryan have their minute, and then you didn't really have a chance to respond, so go ahead. The floor is yours.
I don't think they heard me. I get that Ryan and Stephen A. are Kobe guys. There's some Kobe shoes from his last Star game behind me. I love Kobe Bryant. What I am saying is, what I'm simply saying, the 81-point mark is not the NBA record. Whether we saw wilt or not, it happened. It was a mark of record. It was in newspapers. It wasn't some contrived conspiracy of people believing, man, Kobe Bryant 45 years from now is going to come and create some scoring record that we got to take away now. I am talking about the unhinged people who believe that the NBA created some conspiracy the other night so that Bam could pass Kobe. I'm also saying this. I said that it was a clown show the last 5 or 6 minutes. I said the Washington Wizards are a clown show. It didn't look good. And like Stephen A. said, Stephen A. proved my point on his own. When Stephen A. said Kobe shot 7 of 12 from 3, 28 of 46 from the field, the memories of that game, they're not going to be erased because Bam passed Kobe's 81. We have the memories. That's why we are here. We are here to contextualize moments that happen. Just because we don't like how it happened.
Well, you didn't.
Just because it wasn't as clean and as pretty as it happened.
You
doesn't
didn't.
mean that it didn't happen. No, what do you mean? You just weren't listening.
What I mean by, I'm going to tell you what I mean. What I mean by when I say that, Vinny, is that, say that, damn it. You went into some soliloquy about how Kobe Bryant wasn't perfect and he wasn't liked, and there were plenty of flaws that he had in his game. You didn't compare just one game to the other.
That's not what I said, Steve.
You didn't go into Kobe Bryant's history at all.
A.
You actually said
you didn't do that.
No,
you said
Stephen A. Listen.
You said that people didn't
what
know
I
what
said,
he was
Stephen
about.
A. was there was a. No. This is what I'm saying. Listen to me, both of y'all, please. I said there's a legion of Kobe Bryant fans who believe he was perfect. That's who I was addressing. Not Kobe Bryant himself, but the perception. I was saying that Kobe Bryant was a ruthless basketball competitor. That's why I brought up the 2003 All-Star Game. Kobe Bryant did what he did that day because he was ruthless. And to expect Bam Adebayo to say, you know what? Because Kobe's not here anymore, I'm not going for his record. Kobe doesn't move like that. Kobe didn't move like that when he had basketball monuments in front of him. He went for it because he was a competitor. That's all I was saying. I was talking about the Kobe stands. I wasn't talking about Kobe Bryant himself. I apologize if I didn't make that clear. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, like that's a different conversation, right? Because
that's a different conversation.
Because that brings me to a different point about all of the negativity around Bam's scoring record or Bam's historic night and scoring 83 points. You don't tell a man to stop scoring if the other team ain't stopping him. And whether or not they made it into a clown show because they're calling timeouts and there were times he was being triple teamed or you're making sure that you foul so he could get those opportunities. Listen, that's on the league, right? That's for the NBA to contend with. That's for the NBA to make changes about. But Kobe Bryant's scoring night, in my opinion, shouldn't weigh at all into what Bam Adebayo was able to do. When you start the game the way that he did, when you score 30-plus in the first quarter, absolutely your mind as a competitor goes to, how many points can I score? It's not about how this is going to look for the NBA. It's not about whether or not this is a great product. It's about how can I continue to compete and etch my name in the history books. And so anybody saying that Bam is wrong, anybody saying that the Miami Heat should have approached it a different way, that's not your business. And if you're the Washington Wizards, to me, you're the ones that should be embarrassed. You're the ones that let a guy that's not a primary scorer score 83 points. You're the ones that allow it to be a clown show. And so in my opinion, whether it's Kobe stans or fans of basketball and all of those things, this is not about Bam Adebayo. This is about the NBA. This is about the way the game is played. This is about the lack of competitiveness of some teams. And the reason that people don't tune in to every team for 82 games because they know some of them don't go out with that ruthless mentality that Kobe Bryant had.
Well, here's the important point that needs to be said. A couple of things. Number one, the one person that doesn't deserve to be besmirched in any way is Bam Adebayo.
Yes.
Bam Adebayo has been class personified in the National Basketball Association for years. No, he's not some prolific scorer, but he can ball. He ain't no damn scrub. He's an all-star caliber player, certainly an elite defender in this game that's been around for a while, and the Miami Heat are lucky to have him. So let's get that out the way first and make sure that we understand he didn't do anything wrong here. He played this game. He played a great game and did what he needed to do, and that's that. But two things can be true because that's really what sparked this conversation. What Gordon Hayward said about it being bad for the game. It wasn't bad for the game because Bam Adebayo was, committed an aberration and an anomaly by him not being a prolific scorer and then going out and scoring 31 points in the first quarter, 43 points in the first half, 60 points by the end of the third quarter, 70 points with 9 minutes plus left in the game. That wasn't the bad part. The bad part is how the Wizards were complicit in allowing it to happen.
Yep.
And the Miami Heat. And we have to understand first and foremost, we're talking about a Miami Heat team led by the great Pat Riley, the winner within, best-selling author, champion personified as a player, as a coach, as an executive. He is elite. Make no mistake about it. I remember when people were in an uproar because I talked about him stepping away. What they didn't hear was my words. I didn't say Pat Riley should step down last year. I said he should step up, meaning that you've been around so long, go upstairs, hold emeritus status, and let the grunt work be done by Eric Spoelstra and whoever he wants to bring in, whether it's Udonis Haslem and Dwayne Wade or whomever else. Keep Alonzo Mourning there too. Do it all. I don't care about that. What I'm saying is that this first-class organization that personifies championships, that's allergic to tanking and just storylines and stuff, they're about winning and doing things the right way. They didn't provide the greatest assistance to Bam. When you're fouling on purpose, you're delaying the games, you're challenging calls just to make sure you're giving more bites at the apple and all of this other stuff. It wasn't a good look because it didn't happen within the natural flow of the game. And at a time where you have people lamenting the lack of defense that exists in the NBA most nights, and they're talking about the lack of competition, and they're talking about the lack of competitive fervor and stuff like that, which have nothing to do with the Miami Heat, because they've represented the NBA admirably. They have allowed themselves to enter the equation by what they were complicit in the other night. That is why we have to sit here and say Gordon Hayward, respectfully, was not wrong. Two things could be true. We could celebrate Bam and give him his props and appreciation, but also recognize that Gordon Hayward was absolutely right.
Vince, go ahead. Final word.
I also think this, Stephen A. and Ryan, that some of this is backlash against the perception of the Miami Heat because we speak so highly of Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley and Heat culture and the way that we uplift them, that they got caught in the muck the same way that most other teams in the NBA get caught in the muck. Stephen A., I didn't feel great when Luka Doncic scored 73 points against the Atlanta Hawks a couple of years ago. Like, this league is different now. The rules
but he did bust
and everything else, the way it incentivizes tanking. You're right. That's just the way.
Yeah, he bust the ass. Luka bust the ass. That was an ass kicking.
Yeah.
That was an ass kicking that night. That wasn't a bunch. That wasn't 43 free throws. He bust their ass.
Stephen A., I'm 100% with you. Bam scored 30 in the first quarter, too. He bust their ass, and he kept it going.
Yeah.
And like I said, the last 6 minutes got ugly, but the first 35, 36, he was beating them up because they're the Washington Wizards.
Yep.
I agree with that. I agree. He beat their ass so bad, they said, hey, we'll help you get to 81, 83.
Exactly.
They spent the last 6 minutes saying, we'll help you.
They literally purposely
That's how bad that was.
Get over the hump. It was unbelievable what we witnessed.
That's like a boxer, Shay. That's like a boxer there, Shay, going like this. Go ahead, hit me. Go ahead. I'm not giving a punch back.
I'm ready for the TKO. I'm ready for the TKO.
That's like a boxer punching himself. That's what they was doing. They wasn't even fighting with their hand down. They just punched themselves.
But RC, you can't punch yourself harder than the person can punch you.
At the end of the day, this is embarrassing for the Wizards. Okay, that's what we can all agree on here as we move forward.
Yes.
Hey, you're doing the A-list today?
I think I am.
You are.
Hey,
All right, Ryan Clark.
I've already been told.
It's fluid. Ryan Clark is going to tell us the top 5 NFL free agent signings so far.